Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock and we want to begin tonight with the Delphi murders trial. Today, we learned about the first time investigators interviewed Richard Allen and how they revisited him as a suspect years after the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. Emily Longnecker was in the courtroom for day 6.
Up until now, we've heard testimony about the crime scene, how Abby and Libby died, and what witnesses say they saw on the trail that day that the girls disappeared. Today, on day 6, was the first day that Richard Allen took center stage as the state continues to try and convince this jury that he is responsible for these murders. Jurors heard from 6 witnesses Thursday and learned how police pinpointed Richard Allen as a suspect more than 5 years after the murders. The jury learned Allen voluntarily called a tip line and was interviewed by a DNR officer 3 days after Abby and Libby's bodies were found. DNR officer Dan Dulin told the jury nothing in Allen's interview stuck out. Dulin testified Allen said he'd been on the trail that day from 1:30 to 3:30 and saw 3 girls walking there. Allen's file was marked cleared until 5 years later when a file clerk came across it again and remembered a tip about a man on the trail that day. Former Delphi Police Chief Steve Mullin explained how investigators found video of what they say is Allen's car near the trails on the day of the murders. The defense got Mullin to admit Allen told police he drove to the trail a different way that day than the route Mullin claimed Allen did. The jury also saw video Libby took on the bridge of Abby with bridge guy behind her that afternoon. Carroll County Sheriff Tony Liggett testified to what he heard after watching and listening to that video hundreds of times. Liggett says on the video you can hear Abby say, "Is he right there? Don't leave me up here." Then Libby talks about the path and one of them whispers, "That be a gun." Then Libby says, "No path here, go down this way." Right after that, Liggett says you hear the man from the video say, "Guys?" One of the girls replies, "Hi," and then the man says, "Down the hill." The jury also heard from lead investigator Indiana State Police Lieutenant Jerry Holman, who helped serve a search warrant in October 2022 on Allen's house, 2 hours after police interviewed Allen, letting him know he was a suspect. Holman says twice during the search of his home, Allen said, quote, "It doesn't matter, it's over." The jury also saw pictures of more than 25 knives and box cutters they took from Allen's home, along with several phones and pagers. They also saw the gun police believe Allen had that day. 13 News legal analyst Katie Jackson-Lindsay was in the courtroom Thursday to hear about what police took from Allen's home, saying it was likely impactful for the jury.
We know that they weren't murdered with a gun, but just that element of that fear that they would have faced if it's actually true that they were approached with that gun.
The jury also saw a picture of a wooden keepsake box where police say they found a bullet that's the same kind as the one found at the crime scene. The defense argued nothing connected to Abby or Libby was ever found at Allen's home. We don't know what is scheduled tomorrow, but we do expect at some point we are going to hear details of those 60-plus alleged confessions that Richard Allen made while he was in prison awaiting trial. In Delphi, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Every weeknight at 10 o'clock, we're taking a closer look at this testimony. You can watch our Delphi debrief on our WTHR Plus streaming app. That show also airs at 9 in the morning. WTHR Plus, it's a free download. It's on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and Roku.